Hey y'all, it's DJ Kitty.
And Miss Morningstar.
And you are tuned into Our Plugs, a community connection, where culture, commerce, and community come together on one powerful platform.
Absolutely. This is a show that connects Black and minority-owned businesses, nonprofit organizations, entrepreneurs, community leaders, and change makers all in one place. We don't just talk, we build, we uplift, and we plug you into the resources that help our community grow.
Yep. From business ownership and financial empowerment to mental health, education, arts, culture, and justice. This is a space where real conversations meet real solutions.
I know that's right. So wherever you're listening, whether it's from home, at work, or on the move, stay locked in because you're officially plugged into Our Plugs, the community connection.
Now let's get into today's show. Good morning, Holly Springs, Mississippi. Good morning. Good morning, Memphis, Tennessee. Good morning, WKRA 92.7 The Change. All of our listeners out there. Good evening to our family and friends on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Today's a new day. Today's a good day. I hope everyone had a wonderful Mother's Day weekend. For those who are celebrating their mothers that are in heaven, I know if you're anything like me, I said my prayer. I have my time with my mom, shed a few tears, but they were happy tears. I know she's resting, and I really and truly wouldn't want her down here with this mess. You feel me, DC?
Absolutely. I'm right there with you.
Down here, you know? Although I miss my mother dearly, I would not want her to see, the man with the black hands and that leprosy on his neck and the foolery that he has us going through on the daily. But for those who got the opportunity and the pleasure of celebrating your mother, I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. That being said, let me introduce DC. He is co-hosting with me this morning because, of course, Mrs. Morningstar is enjoying her family. She had an eventful weekend. She had her baby graduate from junior college on Friday. Yes, she's still in high school, but she graduated from junior college. She's got her associate's degree. And not only does she have her associate's degree, she's graduating from high school this upcoming week. I think it's this week or next week. I'll know for sure, but we're so very proud of her. And we went to her prom send-off, and when I tell you that baby worked, she had on an orange number. Oh my goodness, that dress.
Yeah, she looked fabulous.
She really did. She looked absolutely beautiful. I was just taken aback by, wow, she really, she's a young lady and she's about to step into this new journey, and it's going to be magnificent for her. And I'm so very proud. I'm that proud auntie. Anywho, so DC is with us this morning. You've got that deep baritone voice in your ear, and I enjoy it because it sounds like you have a voice for radio. You have a face for TV and a voice for radio, no doubt about it, brother. But good morning.
Oh, thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Again, congratulations to Mr. Morningstar and Mr. Frank. What a phenomenal job they did with their daughter. She's on the fast track to much success. So kudos to all of them and the supportive family. This is the kind of people we need to platform. These are the kids that need to be acknowledged. So yes, we're very happy and very proud of her journey. Definitely.
Yes, and it feels good because she's like a niece to all of us. She's got a whole family of Our Plugs members who are watching her grow. So, and we're her cheerleader. So she can do whatever she puts her mind to do. I know she wants to be an attorney, so we're gonna see how far she goes. But go after it, go get it.
Absolutely.
All right, so I did want to remind everybody it is morning time. Drink your 16 ounces of water, take your morning medication, take your vitamins, and eat you a delicious breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It gets you going, and hopefully you get something in you that's nutritious. Now, in lieu of Miss Morningstar, she'll pull out some affirmations. She looks those up. I'm got a little cheat code. I'm going to pull some cards. I've got an affirmation here. It says, today I am calm. Today my mind is open and I am at peace with who I am. I like that one. Another one that says,
Amen.
today I am compassionate. Today I will reach out and help another person feel better about themselves. Try and do that. Even if it's just a simple hello and a smile. You never know how far a smile can go. Some people are going through it, and a smile can save them. So smile at somebody today. Today I will breathe. Today, as I face challenges, I will call a mental timeout. I will consciously breathe with my eyes closed and focus on slowing and my inhalation and exhalation. I agree with that. Breathe through it. There's a lot of people that are on the edge nowadays, a lot that's going on. Just breathe. You don't have to, not every argument that you're invited to, you have to participate in. Breathe.
Absolutely.
Finally, the last one. Today I am accepting. Today I will open my heart and listen with an open mind to new ideas and opportunities. Those are your affirmations for today. Take something from it. Remember that you never know what someone else is going through. You really don't. So instead of going off, flying off the handle, and I know some people deserve, some people deserve the DC, but instead, you might need to just breathe and get through it. That's what
I,
I'm.
I I tell you, you hit the nail on the head with that one because I found myself taking that walk. At the black job today, I had to go out and take that walk because, like I said, I just needed to breathe. I just needed
sometimes,
to breathe.
sometimes that's what it takes, DC, because some people will push you, and you want to say, "I ain't no killer, but don't push me." But they will try you. So taking a walk around the block, or you know, inhale, breathe in 10 seconds, exhale to get you through the day,
Absolutely,
no matter who
that's
it
it.
is. Because
Yeah,
some
I had
people
to.
want to see how far they can push you. Don't let
That's
them win.
right.
Don't let
That's
them
right.
win. Hmm.
Yeah, just hit that reset button.
Hit that reset button. And like I tell my grandbaby, when somebody's trying to get at you and they're trying to put you through it, smile at them, because they never
There
know
you
what's going to come after that smile. Just smile at them and ask them, do you feel better? Do you feel better? That's that microaggression in me, because I'm not going to start it, but I will definitely finish it.
Finish it. There you
It
go.
was, I'm JT's daughter, so that's what the old man taught me. You don't start it, but you definitely finish it.
I heard
Anyway,
that.
let's go ahead and hop into this weather. Holly Springs today, you have a high of 81, a low of 54. Feels like 80 during the day, 51 at night, with a 2% chance of rain. Winds are out of the east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. It's going to be a sunny, beautiful day. Clear evening. Get out there and enjoy it. Humidity is moderate during the day and high at night. Man, if you guys don't get out, take a walk in the evening time, let that air breathe in some good, fresh air, and exhale all of your worries, please do that. Memphis, Tennessee. Today you have a high of 83, a low of 58. Feels like 81 during the day, 54 at night, with a 2% chance of rain. Winds are out of the east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. It's going to be a sunny and beautiful day as well. Clear evening. Get out there and go for a walk. Go for a bike ride. Get out, exercise. All you need is 30 minutes a day. Humidity is low during the day and moderate at night. It's going to be a beautiful day in Memphis, Tennessee today. Houston, H-Town. Today we have a high of 87, a low of 66. Feels like 87 during the day, 67 in the evening, with an 8% chance of rain. Winds out of the northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. It's going to be mostly sunny all day, partly cloudy in the evening, moderate humidity during the day, and high humidity at night. And unfortunately, we have some bad weather coming our way. Let me just go ahead and pull this up and read it to you. My folks in Texas that are listening, Governor Abbott, aka Hot Wheels,
Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels, he's put out a notice to let folks know that Texas is on full alert before a deadly storm, and it looks pretty ominous. It's heading our way. I want to say it looks like it's heading towards Florida first, but they're tracking it to come our way. So, look, first thing you need to do is make a plan in case you need to evacuate. It is hurricane season. I live in Houston. I've been through many hurricanes, many floods. Make you an evacuation plan just in case. Check on the elderly if you have elderly in your family. Make sure that they have a way out. Check on your children, your adult children who think that they're grown. Make sure that they have an exit plan also. Those adult children, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I have to call mine and say, hey, you looked at the weather? No, mine, I haven't looked at the weather. There's a storm coming tomorrow. Oh, really? Are we supposed to evacuate? They're young adults, so they're not at that point uh, where they can know to look at check because we're on the coast. You got to watch it, especially during hurricanes.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, if you do plan on staying, make sure you stock up on water, flashlights, batteries. If you have a generator, pull your generator out. Make sure you have your gas. And do not put your generator inside of your house. Please don't do that. Carbon monoxide, it will unalive you. You will no longer be with the living. So it looks like it's supposed to hit sometime next week or sometime this week, later on this week into next week. Um, all I can tell you is continue to watch. This is going to affect, it has the potential to affect millions of Texans. Just be careful. Be careful. Pay attention to the news. Pay attention to the weather. It's very important. And that's your weather for today. I hope you guys take heed, even if you're not in Texas. Please check your weather every day. I've always checked my weather because I don't like getting caught in the rain or in a flood. And if you lived in Texas any amount of time, you know that it can flood any day. It'll be sunny today and it'll start raining and flood. That's just how it is in Texas. That's your weather. So, DC, you shared with me earlier today
Mm.
about what is it, a hantavirus?
A hantavirus.
Oh, Lord Jesus, why?
Mm-mm-mm.
So, do you want to explain to our listening audience what's going on?
Yeah, apparently, this hantavirus, as we all know, they had an outbreak on a cruise ship. Uh, it's been traced back to two passengers that went bird watching in Argentina at a landfill.
At a
Uh,
landfill.
at a landfill. So they went to a landfill to bird watch, and I guess this virus is spread by uh, rodent excrement, and so they breathed in these spores or whatever. Took it back onto the cruise ship. Now, both of those initial passengers have already passed. They're no longer here with us. They've already checked out. And so when they got on this cruise ship, uh, the captain of the cruise ship, when the first symptoms started to show, uh, was trying to play it down. And in actuality, he said that the first uh, passenger that passed away on the boat died from natural causes. So
That's a
that
lot.
kind of absolutely, absolutely. And the rest is kind of where the story picked up when the media caught onto it as it was spreading through the ship. They were not allowed to initially dock in the Cape Verde Islands. They said no way.
I don't blame
Uh,
them.
absolutely, they said no
It's
way.
over here.
And so the island of Tenerife, in the Canary Islands, did allow them to start to disembark passengers. And what people need to know is this virus has an 8-week incubation time, eight
Oh,
weeks before you can start to show symptoms. So they started to repatriate people back to their native countries. Um, letting them fly out. One flight attendant is already passed away, was infected. And here recently, the latest news is they've repatriated, I think, 20 plus back to the United States. I think 2 are in quarantine in Atlanta, and the rest are in your home state of Nebraska,
Yep.
being quarantined. Again, we know we don't want another pandemic uh, on the watch of the man with the dead hand. You know,
No.
they failed the first go around. We don't need a part 2. We already know that they're incapable of handling a pandemic. So of course we don't want to go down that road again. They did away with Obama's pandemic playbook. Remember that
Yep.
in the first administration, followed none of the rules, and now we got RFK Jr. Uh,
Who swims in toxic waste?
oh my goodness! So now we got to rely on his wisdom to
what
direct
was
the
what wisdom?
to direct the country
The
on
worm
how
in
to
his
handle a
brain,
pandemic. Yeah.
because he's got a
So
worm in his brain, y'all, and that's not a joke. He has a worm in his brain,
yeah,
eating
it's
away at it.
yeah,
And so they've moved about 20 patients to, or the rest of the patients to Omaha, well, Nebraska. It's
yeah.
actually Bellevue, Nebraska. So my problem with all of this is, why didn't they leave them on the ship? 22 passengers versus millions of people. See, this is how things start. And I ain't even gonna ask, because I already know. First of all, if I go on a ship and I go on any excursion, it's never gonna be at a landfill. Why would you want to go to
Amen.
a landfill? This is WPS.
Amen.
This is WPS all day long. White people stuff. Anyway, but it's gonna affect all of us if it gets out. And we don't have the best track record of people in our administration that have an ounce of sense. But let me read to
Absolutely.
y'all what the hantavirus is. The hantavirus is a family of viruses carried by rodents such as deer, mice, rats, and voles. Humans typically become infected through contact with rodent urine, dropping saliva, or nesting materials, often when these particles become airborne. Rarely, infection can occur through rodent bites or scratches. In the Americas, hantavirus can cause pulmonary syndromes, a severe respiratory illness, while in Europe and Asia they can cause hemorrhagic hemorrhaging fever with renal syndrome, HFRS, affecting the kidneys and blood vessels. Is there a cure for this? Wait, the ANS virus is the only hantavirus known to spread between humans, usually through close contact. But we've already had a flight attendant. So is it airborne? Oh my God,
Yeah,
it is.
it's the Andes version, which comes from Argentina. That's where the first two casualties visited the landfill was in Argentina.
Symptoms typically appear 1 to 8 weeks after exposure. Early signs resemble the flu and include fever, fatigue, and muscle aches, headaches, chills, nausea, vomiting, and abdominal pain. Later symptoms for HPS, later symptoms may include cough, shortness of breath, and fluid accumulation in the lungs, chest tightness, and respiratory distress, which can be fatal in about 35 to 40% of cases. For the one that's in your veins and in your blood, and hemorrhagic fever, I can't say that word, and renal syndrome, that's the HFRS. Later stages may involve low blood pressure, internal bleeding, and acute kidney failure. Fatality rates vary from 1% to 15% depending on the virus strand. So basically, they have opened the door for us to get back. Why? See, and I thought I wanted to go on a cruise. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't even want to leave my house at this point. You guys, I'm going to say this before we go to break. Put your mask back on.
Put your mask back on.
Put your mask
Put your
back
mask
on.
back on. Absolutely.
Because this is ridiculous. And the mere fact that they let them come back, they're on an Air Force base. They're in a medical facility. However, and those people are wearing the, what is it called? PPP, the protection.
Personal protective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but oh my goodness. All I can think about is COVID again. And it started the same way. Somebody went out of town, out of the country, and came back and brought it back with them. But we knew. I saw it on Good Morning America last week, and the people were still on the ship when I saw it. And I was saying to myself, there's no way that they would let them back into the country. But I forgot that the man with the dead hands and the leprosy on his neck has a man who has a worm in his brain over the CDC. So yeah, come on in.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. The economy is already at a critical state, so he's not gonna shut down anything. If the symptoms start to appear in mass in the US, they're not gonna shut down anything because the economy is already in a bad state. So
you're not gonna shut down nothing.
You have to protect yourself. So like DJ Kitty said, don't be embarrassed to put those masks back on, especially in large congested areas. Yeah, definitely.
I was never embarrassed to wear my mask. I didn't have a problem with it. I'd rather live with the mask than die without one. Plain and simple. You got choices. Live or die. It's up to you. All right, Absolutely. Let's take a quick commercial break. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Advertising with Our Plugs. The Community Connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
Carter's Caring Hands is here to serve the communities here in Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, Battle Creek, as well as Southfield, Michigan. We also go out into the unhoused community, serve the community with care bags. Low-income families, our senior citizens, and our veterans with fresh food baskets each and every day, because no one should choose medication over food. We are here to serve you. Your community is our community, and our community is one community. From our hands to your hands.
This is Transformation Training Academy. If you're someone that people walk up to and just talk to and tell all their business to and they don't know you, this is your sign. If you're ready to level up, Transformation Training Academy is ready for you. Coach Nikki and Counselor Nikki push you past your limits into your purpose. We help you break patterns, build confidence, and create real change. Your breakthrough isn't someday, it's today. Contact us at info@thetransformationtrainingacademy.com. Welcome to Compassion Counseling and Training Services, LLC, where healing takes flight. I am Nicole Wiley, licensed independent clinical social worker, and we empower children, individuals, families, and couples through individualized therapy via telehealth. Using evidence-based approaches like CBT and mindfulness, we help clients build resilience and rediscover their wings. If you're ready to begin your journey, visit CompassionCounselingAndTrainingServices.com.
At Lovership Apparel, we believe what you wear should remind you of who you are. This is where love meets style. From our signature beautiful hoodies created to remind you to show up as your full authentic self, to our bold her shirts designed for women who know their worth and wear it proudly. Lovership Apparel is more than clothing, it's a movement. Our comfortable, confidence-boosting leggings move with you, while our statement backpacks carry your essentials and your purpose wherever life takes you. Every piece is intentionally designed to inspire self-love, confidence, and authenticity, because you deserve to wear something that speaks life into you. Whether you're stepping out, showing up, or standing firm in who you are, Lovership Apparel is made for you. Visit lovershipapparel.com and wear the reminder, be you to the fullest.
You're locked in to WKRA 92.7, the voice of the community. And listen, 2026 is all about showing up and shining. That is why we rock with Morningstar Boutique by Tam, where fashion meets confidence, purpose, and style. From everyday chic to head-turning statement pieces to some fly arm candy, Morningstar has it all. And while you're shopping, tap into the community. Discover Black-owned and minority-owned businesses at ourplugs.com. Also, check out morningstarboutiquebytam.com, where your light owns your style.
And we are back. You're listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. You know, we were just talking on TikTok and just talking and talking about what's going on. I'd rather bring up Viper. You know, we all know that the man with the dead hand, he done did something else. I read somewhere where he's trying to say that the peace, what is it? Peace talks. You know, he doesn't
with Iran.
Yeah, with Iran. He's not going away. Sir, you shouldn't even been over there messing with them people. Let's just call it what it is. You're a big bully. And now they done backed you into a corner. You can't fight. And now you want to send our kids off to war. Man, if they don't hurry up and get him up out of there, I'm tired of even listening to this mess. Let's go ahead and bring Vipe up. Vipe, what do you have? Because your big sis, I'm fed up with him now. I'm fed up. They need to do something about the man. I'm tired of talking about it. Do something. Get him up out of there.
Hey,
pull him up out of there.
Salutations.
Good morning. Good morning,
Good
Mike.
Good morning.
I want to do something special. Today I'm going to give you some appetizer before we get to the main course.
Oh, Lord. Here we go, y'all.
You know, because I just feel, I think y'all deserve it. Let me try to get my thing right here. Let me spin this around. All right, so here we go. All right, so this is the appetizer, folks. None of this, what I'm about to say, is anything that I made up. All right, so let's see.
You don't make the news, you just report it.
You're going to think I'm saying some stuff that's crazy, but look. HR 1761. This is all things that are being proposed by the Republicans. HR 1761. They want to create a $250 note with the pedo-in-chief's face on it.
What? Wait. Like a dollar bill?
$250 bill note. I just got the first one out and you already stopping me. All right. HR 3432. This is the TDS Research Act. They want to study, if some of y'all don't know what TDS is, if you're on TikTok, you probably know.
It's an act.
Trump derangement syndrome. They want to study Trump derangement syndrome. The next one, it is HR 1395. They want to make his birthday a national holiday. I'm not done. HR 6.
I don't want to do this no more.
It's an appetizer. You need to eat up. It's HR 691. They want to rename Washington Dulles Airport as the Pedo-in-Chief's International Airport. HR 5766. They want to create a Pedo-in-Chief Peace Prize. It's going to be distributed by the State Department each year, and the first recipient, you guessed it, will be the pedo in chief. I got another one for you. HR 792. The National Park Service will carve the pedo and chief's face on Mount Rushmore.
You know, y'all, I've had about enough. I've had about enough. Let's break it down. Number one, $250 note. First, no living president's face has ever been on money. So maybe karma will make sure that is still holds true. Okay. Number two, TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. No one's deranged except Trump and the people that follow him and believe him. Am I wrong or am I right? Yes. Hey, technically, no one's deranged except Trump. So
another way for them to siphon money from our treasury.
Do a lobotomy on him while he's woke and study him. Anyway, then the next one, Trump birthday, sir. Even if they were giving me the day off, I wouldn't even. I would go to work, just out of protest, and I would still go to work. And naming Washington Dulles Air, who would fly out of there? Every plane is subject to drop out the sky. Are those the air traffic controllers that are gamers? Those are the ones that's gonna work there. DJP Peace Prize, sir, he is really and truly a narcissist. He wants everything about him. Everything. I bet you he was mad on Mother's Day talking about, well, why isn't anybody telling me Happy Mother's Day? This all right.
It's pretty sad.
And last but not least, Mount Rushmore, if they don't get off the that would be target practice for everybody. That should be target. If you put it up there, we're gonna make it target practice.
For that, I think it's indigenous. They can't do that. They don't have no space. It's too fragile, all that stuff. But
anybody, by the time all of this stuff that he's thinking about doing, 9 times out of 10, if Karma would hurry up, because she's getting on my last nerves. Anyway, go ahead. Like,
so yeah, that was the appetizer. Yeah. So you ready for the main courses? Because
I don't know.
That was we're warming up, we stretching, we're getting loose because we're about to cook some goose right now. All right. So you remember down in Louisiana, we had a jailbreak.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
Guess who in trouble?
Who? The warden?
The Louisiana sheriff at the center of this brazen jailbreak you see on your screen, which happened in New Orleans, is one of 2 people now facing criminal charges.
It happened last year and took nearly 5 months to get all the escapees back in custody, including 2 who managed to get all the way to Huntsville.
ABC 13's Mo Hyder is in the studio with a closer look at the new charges. Mo?
Yeah, guys, with those charges coming from the Louisiana Attorney General's office, and the 2 people that we're talking about, Orleans Parish Sheriff Susan Hudson and Bianca Brown, the parish's chief financial officer, they're both facing dozens of felony charges ranging from malfeasance in office to obstruction of justice. The inmates escaped early in the morning on May 16th last year. Authorities say they climbed through a hole behind a toilet, sparking a massive manhunt. More than a week later, 2 of them, Leo Tate and Jermaine Donald, were arrested in Huntsville. Now, according to the Louisiana Attorney General's office, while Sheriff Hudson didn't physically open the doors, investigators say her failure to follow legal requirements contributed to the escape. And according to a report from ABC News, they say the Orleans Parish District Attorney's Office claims that Hudson and her staff were slow to request a detailed investigation, potentially leading to missing critical evidence. Hudson also lost her bid for re-election, and her last day in office is next week. Both she and her are expected to appear in court tomorrow.
So they broke out and she gets arrested. Well, she didn't do her due diligence or something. I just hate that it's a black woman.
And maybe there's more to it, but this is what we have right now. For them to bring charges to her, I would love to see if this is a political thing, because she is a black woman. We're in Louisiana, where what are they doing right now?
Oh, or New Orleans Parish.
What are they doing?
They're gerrymandering.
Gerrymandering.
Okay.
Bad. In Tennessee, y'all in trouble too.
So this don't mean that this is true, right? So this may be just a political thing to chop black women down at the knees, right?
Yeah.
So, but this is one of the things that's going on right now. That's kind of crazy. You were the sheriff, and people broke out of jail, but you get charged. What about the people that were actually there, supposed to doing their rounds and all? Yeah,
that's wild. I've never heard of a sheriff being charged because somebody else broke out. She didn't break him out.
If you told me she broke him out,
then that's different.
Yeah, I mean, the black leadership all across the country is on a full-on assault.
Yeah.
Especially in these deep red states, they're doing everything they can to handcuff black leadership, black elected leadership.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure in New Orleans, that sheriff's position is probably an elected position. Most sheriff's offices are elected positions,
Yeah, she lost the bid. She lost the bid. So it could have been that too, right? Let's charge her while they're running, and of course, it's not going to be a good thing.
All they need is one thing to go wrong under your watch, and as you see, you'll be charged. Now, those men, all of them were captured. All of them are back in prison, and now they've added, I think, probably 10 to 20 years to their sentence, which was the dumbest thing they could have ever done. I mean, it's bad enough you're in a prison in Louisiana, and that's like the worst.
Right.
And so to go to the next story, that a lot of people, they do have kids that play sports. I know Morningstar, she has her daughter. I'm not sure if her daughter's going to play in sports. Sometimes when I referee sports, the younger they are, the worse the parents are.
Really?
Yes. The younger they are, the worse the parents are. Right. So you have to manage your expectations. But sometimes parents, they take it a little bit too far. Just a little bit.
A fight between youth football players in Fort Myers caught on camera over the weekend. A mother with the Fort Myers Falcons can be seen kicking a 13-year-old player on the ground.
Get your stop! Don't around with me. You don't me. I'm the one who got hit.
Lee County deputies say that was Renee Lambert and arrested her for child abuse. Curtis Jones recorded the fight.
I think she was just trying to generally just hit the kid for no reason.
Other parents and players say this was not the first time it got tense. Alexander Rosario Gonzalez tells me she was also recorded in this escalated moment at a different game with the Port Charlotte Bandits a few days before.
The mom was really aggressive towards everybody, the coaching staff, the other parents, and especially the kid on the field.
The Fort Myers Falcons sent me a statement saying they are extremely disappointed and that she has been permanently banned from all of Fort Myers Falcons events. Lambert told deputies she fought back because a child hit her with a helmet, but they later found out that wasn't true.
Football is for competitive, to have fun, enjoy the time on the field, and learn more about football, not to, get into fights a lot.
From football to baseball, the youth teams practicing here at Brooks Community Park say the values of respect and sportsmanship are key to avoiding fights on the field.
Being a good mentor or being a good parent and setting the example that you don't go out in a social environment because it is and act like that.
Tonight, families concerned about what happened at the field say it takes a village to build a respectful team.
We're here for the kids to learn and to grow and to have fun, that it should never turn violent.
Reporting in Fort Myers, Edward.
Yeah.
Can I say what I want to say?
You can say what you.
So my first, when I first look at this, now the folks out there that are listening, you'll have to go out to our YouTube, go to Our Plugs LLC, go ahead and pull up today's show, and make sure you subscribe. But what I'm looking at are a bunch of people of color, and some other people out there playing sports, some young men, little kids.
She's all the way to the right. She's about to
I
kick
see
in
her. She's right there.
And it's in the groin area.
Yeah. And she runs out, and it looks like one of the coaches was trying to hold her back, and she runs up and kicks this little boy in the groin area. And she is a YT woman. She probably has a child with a black man, and she is confused that you don't act like that. We are not savages. We carry ourselves with class. This trash that I'm seeing right now, where you're running out on a field and attacking children, baby, couldn't be mine. I'm going to jail. I'm telling you straight up. Block A bet not never put me in that position. I just bet, no. Because if you had any class about you, you would know that you let these kids play the sports. You are a parent. Sit down and show them how to have class, but you're running out and attacking a little black kid. And I take great offense to this, because where's this little boy's mama? Because does she need bond money? I got a few dollars.
Yeah, but these things happen. They have basketball. They attack.
Do they really?
I might have to get some for you next time. They literally tackled these kids. They assault kids. They assault referees.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No.
Yeah, Ali. I mean, I played the little league sports, as a child growing up, and the purpose, of those activities were, multifaceted, mainly to teach teamwork, sportsmanship, just how to manage your emotions, just a whole lot of things come along with playing sports. And, nowadays, I think these parents are living vicariously through their kids. A lot of times these parents have, the major league aspect for their child in their mind at 8, 9, 10 years old, that that's what they're striving for is pro sports. And I think that's just the wrong, motivation, because the percentages are that most of these kids won't make it, and if you set them up mentally that, this is your path and there's no other path, then I think you're doing your child a disservice. But I think so many parents are trying to live vicariously through their children because of their failed sports attempts,
or lack.
Let me say that she can get a vicarious behind whooping. Okay.
But how do you spot a pedo supporter? A pedo and chief supporter. How do you spot a pedo and chief supporter?
Well, they do normally. They wear red hats, but I don't know now.
Okay, this is another way. That's one way. You want to know another way?
No teeth. Go ahead.
So, forces soldier who was involved in the capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has been arrested and is facing 5 criminal charges. Prosecutors allege that Master Sergeant, his name is Gannon Ken Van Dyke, bet on the operation and won $400,000 in profits. They claim he opened an account in late December on Polymarket, which is an online prediction market, placed about $32,000 on a long shot bet that Maduro would be out by January. He allegedly made 13 bets in the days before the capture. Now the case is raising questions about insider trading on prediction markets on the Iran war. A reporter asked President Trump about it.
Are you concerned that federal employees are betting on these prediction markets and potentially getting rich?
Well, I don't know about it, but was he betting that they would get him or they wouldn't get him?
It sounds like he was betting on his removal from office, that Maduro would be removed.
Well, that's
It sounds like
interesting.
he was involved in the operation.
That's like Pete Rose betting on his own team. I'll look into it,
There are
yeah.
also bets that are being placed as well on the Iran conflict too, and there have been some trackings where people suspect that there's insider trading happening on these prediction markets around the war. Are you concerned?
Well, you know, the whole world, unfortunately, has become somewhat of a casino.
I can't listen to him for long. So the guy that's on the team that's going into Venezuela to get Maduro bets on them getting him, and he won $400,000.
Oh, Lord. You know, every single day.
How do you spot a Trump supporter?
How do you, I mean,
If they,
Trump is
if
the
they,
only,
if they thieving, if they pedoing,
stealing, they're pedo, you know. In my opinion, Trump is more concerned that he didn't get it. What? I didn't get a chance to make it. And how is the whole world a casino? What?
Diversion. He's trying to downplay. Yeah, he's trying to downplay. I can't see his face no more. I can't do it.
Please, thank you. I was getting a little car sick.
I'm getting car sick.
Yeah, car sick.
Yeah, I mean, when the cancer of corruption is at the top, when the commander-in-chief, the secretary of defense, when they're all corrupt, don't practice operational security, OPSPEC, and they're willing to share tidbits of the operation and profiteer off of war fighting, you got to expect that it's going to trickle down through the ranks.
I mean,
it's a free-for-all.
It's a
It's a
free-for-all.
free-for-all.
Everybody can start scamming and everything. You can just do whatever.
He's doing it. So
there's no laws.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he's profiting off of his position. You know, sneakers, gold phones,
$250 notes, you know.
Yeah.
Ballrooms, you know, the war, you know. Stephen Miller, $6.3 billion. Where is our money? Oh, this
So, you know, can black people be racist?
No, but we can be prejudiced.
I got another question. Can white people face racism in this country?
In this country, no.
A former Columbus police officer is suing the city, claiming she was wrongfully fired because she's white. We broke this on 10 TV News at 6 today. Now, this all started back in January of 2025 when Amber Blackburn was fired from her position as a probationary officer after an off-duty incident at a bar in the Short North. Now, according to a personnel file obtained by 10 TV at the time.
I'm going to stop it. I'm going to remind you. She got fired. She's claiming, you know, she was fired because she's white. But wait for the reason why she's fired, though. I want you to remember what she's claiming, but listen to why she was fired. All right?
Two officers working special duty at that bar say they saw Blackburn in a fight with another woman, and they had to use force to remove her from the bar. She was accused by CPD of being, quote, highly intoxicated, belligerent, and dismissive. Now, we've reached out to Columbus Police for a comment and are waiting to hear back. But at the time, they said in part, quote, the Columbus Division of Police holds our officers to the highest standards, and anyone who violates their oath will be held accountable. In Blackburn's lawsuit, she claimed she was assaulted and there was no real investigation from CPD before she was fired. 10 TV's Libby Cathy has looked into this lawsuit and spoke to Blackburn's attorney tonight. She joined us live from CPD headquarters downtown. Libby?
Yeah, that's right, Yolanda. The lawsuit alleges Amber Blackburn was fired because of her race and gender, and that the department failed to properly investigate and used false information. Now, her attorney tells me they're taking the city to court.
But the more we looked at it, it's a clear-cut case of discrimination. It's terrible. She was unceremoniously and without cause, based on a pack of lies, terminated just weeks before her one-year period of probation was up.
Amber Blackburn's attorney says her termination was based on false reports and a failure to properly investigate, which he alleges was discriminatory.
They did this ostensibly, and I think demonstrably based on the fact that she's a white woman, because we have several other instances in which other probationary officers similarly situated were given a free pass for conduct way more egregious.
The attorney claims Blackburn was acting in self-defense during the incident, saying she struck another woman after being punched and harassed. The city of Columbus says it does not comment on pending litigation. But around her termination last year, the assistant chief wrote in an email to Chief Bryant, in part, Blackburn's conduct inside the bar and with on-duty personnel is not in line with the division's values and expectations. The conduct brings discredit upon the division. Surveillance video from inside the bar is also cited in the lawsuit as evidence in the case.
That all one has to do is look at the video to determine exactly what happened or didn't happen.
The lawsuit says two officers at the scene did not have their body cameras turned on. Blackburn is seeking damages, including back pay.
Girl, if you don't get off the gas, first of all, how are you going to say they fired you because you're white? They're white. Girl, shut up. What if you don't go find you a security job? Y'all know there's a movie with Martin Lawrence in it, and the other white guy, and the white guy was a cop, and then Martin Lawrence faked like he was, the white guy was beating him up. That's what this reminds me of. Girl, let's go to break. Don't piss me off, Ash, whatever, Amber, whatever your name is. Them people that you suing, they are white. Why are you, they didn't fire you because you're white. They fired you because you don't know how to act and you were drunk and probably fighting over some dude who don't even want you. Let me go to break because I feel like my spirit. This is bothering my spirit right now. But DC, please text him, call him, get him back on track. Because I feel like
know it's gonna be one of them days. I knew it
right now.
Hey, we got more coming up. I said
you are white, girl. They are white. You can't claim they fired you because you want. Let's go to break. You are listening to Our Plugs, the community connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. Y'all, these people tripping.
Advertising with Our Plugs. The community connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
What's up, everybody? Scott Cologne, District Attorney and candidate for the United States Senate for the great state of Mississippi. I had a great time talking about my campaign with the crew at the Community Connection morning radio show. I'm running because Mississippi matters. Our families are paying more for less, and our rural hospitals are under serious threat. I spent my career fighting for my community, and I'll bring that same fight to Washington. Folks in the Holly Springs area and the worldwide should check out our convo and visit cologneforsenate.com because Mississippi matters.
Hello, everybody. My name is Monica Meeks. I'm a wife, a mom, and a soldier for life. And I'm running for the 19th Judicial District Circuit Court Clerk for Montgomery and Robertson County in Tennessee. I am so grateful for Our Plug LLC for giving me an opportunity to share my platform and explain why I'm running for office. Early voting is July 17th through August 1st with the final day of voting on August 6, 2026. I'm an independent candidate and I appreciate your support.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mara Keller, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel and candidate for Congress in Georgia's 3rd District. Now, I'm running because too many decisions in Washington are being made without listening to the people that they affect, whether it's public safety, veterans care, education, or protecting our constitutional rights. These aren't partisan issues. If you believe our government should work for everyday Americans and not special interests, I invite you to stand with us. Your donations help keep this grassroots campaign people-powered. Every donation fuels our voter outreach, ads, and our shared fight for a better Georgia. Visit MaraKeller.com to donate today. Let's finally serve the people who send us to Washington. And a huge thanks to DJ Kitty Cat 50 for the energy and the spotlight. Let's keep pushing.
And we are back. Ouch. And we are back. The name of that movie was National Security. What's the lady's name? Ashley, Amber, white lady, something. Look, we ain't trying to hear that. You can't sue people for discrimination and you're white and they're white. That makes no sense. And stop fighting at bars. Ugh. Who does that?
Right.
Ghetto.
You said something about discrimination. Did you just say something about this?
I did.
It's illegal for you to have any campus at the park. Okay. Just inform me. I know they always kick me out, so if they kick me out, I'll go. But okay, just letting you know. I do not want a physical altercation. Are you a cop? No. Okay, let a cop be a cop. You're not a cop, right?
And he's back?
Yell so you can hear me. Yeah, you was blocking the camera though. I'm gonna yell so you can hear me. I can't hear you. Cop says that amps not allowed legally. Okay. I don't want to get into a physical altercation with you. I have no desire for it. Okay. Where the cop at? Down there. They were coming? What? They're coming? I didn't say that. I said I'll tell you that the cops told me it's illegal for you to have any amps at the park. Okay. Just inform me. I know they always kick me out, so if they kick me out, I'll go. But okay, just letting you know. I do not want a physical altercation. Are you a cop? No. Okay, let a cop be a cop. You're not a cop, right?
Appreciate that. Yeah, well, it's a beautiful day. Yeah, it's all good. I appreciate the effort. Thank you.
Why is he harassing this man?
Jake, I don't make this shit up. I swear to God, I don't make it up. I told you.
He's jamming though.
He does not want it to get physical.
It was none of your business. Keep walking. If you did all that walking instead of all that talking, you would actually lose about 20, 30 pounds. It looks like you can do that. Start walking. Walk away, sir. If you don't want to hear the music, well, how are you going to walk up to somebody and say, I don't want a physical altercation?
He came back, right? He kept on saying it. So black people are violent? Like, why you keep saying you don't want a physical altercation? You said,
and the man is playing the guitar. He's minding his business.
He said the cops down there told him that this is illegal and you need to move. So the guy says, "Are they coming?"
No.
Let the cops be
Let the cop be the cop.
Why?
Brad, go sit down, Brad.
You're blocking my camera, so can you step to the side? Why are we?
Yeah. I want our people to realize that there's a certain...
We're never alone.
Right. There's a certain demonic spirit in certain people that try to create a scenario, a situation that provokes a confrontation. That's what they want. They want a physical altercation. It's no different than this guy, which is Chubb the Builder, that's going around Nashville calling black people the N-word and saying it's his exercising his freedom of speech. You know, and he's 2A-ing the whole time. He's 2A-ing the whole time. This is in Nashville.
Tell him to go to Memphis and try it.
He won't.
Tell him to go to Memphis and try it. You know? Yeah, white people, leave people alone. I'm going to give y'all some free advice. And you ain't even got to pay me for that. It's free.
Alone.
Leave black people alone.
He's in the park playing his guitar.
And he sounds good.
Business.
He's got his buddy over there. Hey, I told you, I can't make this up. You see it.
Just being our, just living our lives, breathing.
Who gets mad at a person playing a guitar?
Right.
Somebody who should be walking away. Him and his backpack and them dirty shoes.
Man, I don't want to get physical. I don't want it to get physical. I'm just saying, I'm keeping help.
Okay, Olivia Newton-John, let's get physical. Gone somewhere.
Listen.
Oh, boy is tripping.
Do you? Sometimes I hear a knock on the door, right? And I'm like, I'm not expecting anybody. And they're like, well, I just came from your neighbor. I just put on a sprinkler head, and I was wondering if you want to put a sprinkler head on yours. They bought it, so why are you? Did I ask? And sometimes I am nice, but sometimes I get aggravated because why are you knocking? The thing says no solicitation here on our community, in our community. No, why do you try to
knock on people's doors?
I simply hate this stuff, but hey, sometimes it gets worse though.
We are listening to two Treasure Coast families who say their expectation of lower energy bills was not met after buying solar panels.
The Port St. Lucie families are still paying FPL power bills and now face staggering monthly payments. On top of that, a situation they're locked into for 25 years.
So these families, they both came to our Let's Hear It event looking for help. And investigative reporter Kate Hussey went
It gets better though.
to work getting them answers.
It's been a whirlwind.
Yeah.
For Mike Shop, staring at a roof full of frustration.
Yeah, and now that I'm looking at them again, they just washed them and they're supposed to be shiny and glimmery.
We first met him and his wife Judy at our Let's Hear It event in Port St. Lucie.
That was the salesperson.
Looking for answers about the solar panels they bought in 2022.
They're right there.
Shop says it started with a door-to-door sales pitch from a Utah-based solar panel installation company, Lumio, which court records show was formerly known as Atlantic Key Energy. Though the contract says Atlantic Key Energy makes no guarantees, representations, or warranties regarding expected utility rate increases, Shop says he expected fixed, lower energy bills.
Electricity isn't getting any cheaper down here.
After buying the panels, the shops are still paying monthly electric bills.
Sometimes $90 to $100 a month.
And now on top, the shops are paying an additional $168 a month on a nearly $42,000 solar loan they're locked into for 25 years, pushing their monthly costs up by as much as 73%.
Senior citizens fixed income. We just don't have a money tree out back.
And he's not alone.
I'm just stuck.
The same day the shops came to our Let's Hear It, Jane Bybee showed up. A different solar company, but nearly the same sales pitch.
It was a door-to-door sale, and they really pushed the fact that the electric company was going to raise their rates.
Documents Bybee brought show she signed a 25-year contract with Texas-based installation company Sonova in 2023, locking her into payments starting at about $127 a month and climbing steadily each year to more than $250 monthly, with electric bills on top.
It should be a lot less.
But her biggest problem, county public records show there's a lien on the panels attached to her Port St. Lucie home. And when Bybee tried to sell, she says a realtor told her the panels could make it nearly impossible to close a deal unless a buyer agreed to take over her loan.
I felt like, boom, just hit right in the face.
Both families say they haven't been able to get any answers from the installation companies.
I can't contact anybody.
What brought you to us?
I was hoping that a third party would understand and listen.
So I started digging. Court records I found show Lumio and Sonova both filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Lumio in 2024 reporting hundreds of millions in estimated liabilities. Sonova in 2025, more than $10.5 billion owed.
I would say that's pretty standard in what we're seeing.
Consumer protection attorney Amy Judkins hasn't reviewed Shop or Bybee's contracts, but says she hears all the time from her clients, solar panel installation companies in general, promising little to no power bills that never materialize.
I'm probably get a phone call near daily from somebody who needs legal advice on a solar issue.
Then she says many of those companies later filed for bankruptcy. Court records I reviewed show as of January, 15 solar installation companies have filed for bankruptcy since 2022.
And once the company goes bankrupt, you no longer have an entity that you can seek legal recourse through.
And that's a problem because Judkin says many contracts promise long-term protection.
Solar panels come with a 25-year production warranty.
Judkin says when companies collapse, the warranty can disappear, but the loan doesn't.
Their installer's gone bankrupt. They've got panels that don't work. They're still paying incredibly high power bills.
In this class action lawsuit filed against Lumio Holdings and Atlantic Key Energy, the lead plaintiff, a Florida woman, claims the defendants, in systemic, continuous, and repetitive conduct, materially breached the terms of the agreement by failing to install solar energy systems that are operable and produce energy, alleging thousands of homeowners have been duped into signing expensive solar contracts under the belief they would be saving money on their monthly energy costs. In their answer to the complaint, attorneys for Lumio pushed back, denying the allegations, saying the complaint contains mischaracterizations and conclusory allegations. Court records show Atlantic Key Energy never responded to that lawsuit, and the complaint alleges the company dissolved soon after the lawsuit was filed.
Right. This is crazy. Let me tell you that somebody knocked on my door when we first moved into our home about 5 years ago. And they are in the neighborhood putting solar panels up. And it's a Texas-based company. I'm not going to say the name, but we heard it in this broadcast. We did. And my husband said, no, we don't want to put anything on the house because if we want to move, it's a third party. And I deal with liens every day. That's what I do. Part of what I do for a living. And anything that you add, any contract that you add to your home, and it's not fully paid off, if you become delinquent, that company can put a lien on your home.
No mas.
You can't sell your home until you pay that lien.
No mas. 25 years?
And the saddest part about it is those two people, they were elderly. I hate elder abuse. That drives me crazy. You're going to people who you know they're on a fixed income, and the same pitch by putting solar panels on your home, it'll actually reduce your light bill. And they came with a different caveat. Not only will it reduce your light bill, the
power company,
the power company will start paying you because you're producing from your solar panels.
Sounds like a story I heard.
It's a scam. That the White Todd set up. Scam. In my brother Darian's voice, it's a scam that the White Todd set up. That's ridiculous. Y'all, please talk to your elderly. Please talk to your seasoned family members and let them know before they sign anything they need to come and talk to you. Not that you're trying to take over, but you want to avoid this type of situation. This is horrible. Those people will die before they ever pay that off.
That's crazy work. That's crazy.
And if they try and pass it down to that company can actually, if that person unalives and they don't have a will, even if they had a will,
the person
that company could actually take them people's home from their kids.
Yeah. Next of kin, the person that's horrible for their estate. Yep. And so when I hear these they stop talking, man. Sometimes I come to the door with my protection. You know what I'm saying? Because
stop talking. Get off my patio. Get out. Bye.
I didn't call for pizza. I didn't order you. Listen, get your Uber. What? Why are you not in your skateboard and get out of here, man? If I want something, I'll buy it. Don't come. Your neighbor bought it, so you should. No,
my neighbor did buy it. My neighbors bought it, and they are upset. Look, Ma just said my friend is going through this. Company refuses to take back hers. It leaked and had to have the roof removed and redone.
Ooh.
Yes, because it's you're putting something onto your home.
It's now a fixture.
And now it's a fixture, and it's a third party. So now they can put a lien on your home. And the minute you don't pay them, they can take your home.
They file for bankruptcy and you still got to pay that loan.
Still, they filed for bankruptcy.
Yes.
They got their money and you still have to pay that
You
loan.
can't get any guarantees like repairs or anything that's in the contract.
Oh, that's horrible.
For bankruptcy, but you still got to pay.
And you know, we don't it's not like we have an administration that's they won't even stop price gouging. So what? You know?
Yeah. So I got two more, right? The last one I have especially for DC. But but what would you do? What would you do in this day and age?
Incredible story from Riviera Beach where a man made a remarkable decision. He found something extremely valuable in a Wawa convenience store restroom. Now, Ari Hyde explains why that man quickly ended up at police headquarters.
This is a story that makes you ask yourself, if you found something very valuable, how hard would you work to give it back? It's a question Luis Salazar no longer has to ask himself. This is police body cam video of Luis Salazar inside the Riviera Beach Police Department Thursday, but he's not here because he did something wrong. In fact, he's here because he did something very right.
If something doesn't belong to you, you didn't earn it. Give it back. Be kind.
Sunday afternoon, Salazar stopped at this Wawa in Riviera Beach to use the bathroom. Inside, on the safety railing, he found a fanny pack. He figured it belonged to the person who had just used the bathroom before him.
So I saw it and I grabbed it and tried to locate the person that was there.
But Salazar had no luck, so he opened the pack to look for identification. Instead, he saw cash, a lot of it.
My body was like numb, just seeing all this money that belonged to somebody else.
Meanwhile, the person who had left the fanny pack didn't realize it was gone until he got to Broward County. That person does not want us to identify him.
I was like, oh my God, my freaking money's gone. I'm out of all this bread. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Salazar says he spent days looking for the owner of the fanny pack. The fanny pack owner contacted the Riviera Beach police to report it missing. Using security video, police were able to identify and locate Salazar, and Thursday, they told him the pack owner was waiting for him at the police station.
So I gave him his bag, this is yours, and he was crying, and he hugged me.
I was just thankful to get my money back, to be completely honest.
And that brings us back to the body cam video. The pack's owner counting his money and realizing every dollar was still there.
$30,023.
$30,023, cash he was carrying for a family emergency, cash he's shocked Salazar gave back.
I was pretty astonished that anybody would have done that. Think about it, that's life-changing money. People would kill for that kind of money.
But Salazar says it never occurred to him to keep it. His only goal was to return it.
It's not my money to take. I was not raised that way.
I guess maybe there's just more good people in the world than most people think, you know what I mean? You'll never know who you run into, and Luis is just one of those good people.
And the owner of that money told Luis he wants to thank him by taking him out to dinner. They're still working out the plans as to when that might happen.
You're on mute, Vite. I would give the money back. I couldn't keep it.
Absolutely.
I would give it back.
You better be the most expensive restaurant in town. I'm just saying, you could have lost
$30,000. That's a lot of money, but I wouldn't be able to live with myself. You know, karma's real.
It's somebody's money. It's somebody's money now, and sometimes we have to do some of those things that are the right things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He did the right thing, and you know what I'm saying. You got to give him
good news. Thank you, by some good news, because you know you had me hot.
No, I still got one, so you might not want to hold the applause, right? Hey, folks, if you have not subscribed to us on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to us on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, right? Make sure you go over there and subscribe. We're streaming on Facebook, and we're streaming also on Instagram from this stream right here. So go over there. Make sure you follow us on TikTok, especially as well. We're streaming on the panel, so you can hear our feedback on our behind the scenes, how we make the sausage type of thing. And we have one more to go, and DJ Kitty was giving me my flowers, and I'm telling her to stand by because we have one more story, and then you're gonna come up out of here.
To follow breaking news from overnight after a Frontier Airlines jet hit and killed a person on the runway during takeoff over at Denver International Airport. Moments ago, DIA confirming that person jumped the perimeter fence and was hit just 2 minutes later while crossing the runway. This morning, we know 12 people reported minor injuries. 5 of them were transported to local hospitals. Air traffic control audio capturing all of this. Take a listen.
There was an individual walking across the runway. We've got smoke in the aircraft. We're going to evacuate on the runway.
And that is video there from one of the passengers who was on that plane. An official telling ABC News this morning the pedestrian was, quote, at least partially consumed by one of the engines, causing a brief engine fire. There were 231 people on that plane. 7 of them were crew members. All of them did end up evacuating the plane using those slides. Denver 7's Lauren Lennon is live for us at DIA this morning. Lauren, we just got all of this new information from DIA. So what else are we learning?
Yeah, Veronica. Well, we actually heard around 6 a.m. from Denver police that the person that was struck by the Frontier airline jet on the runway here at DIA had died. Now, we know that airport also confirming that information. DIA is saying that the person was not an airport employee. Now, we have homicide and traffic investigators with the Department of Denver Police Department. They are on scene continuing this investigation. And if you take a look at your screen now, this is video that was sent to us from a passenger that was on that flight, taking a look at what the scene looked like late last night. This all happened on runway 17L. Officials say as the plane was taking off for Los Angeles just after 11 p.m. Friday evening, that's when it struck the person who was on the runway. Officials again telling ABC News, quote, the person was at least partially consumed by one of the engines, causing a brief engine fire. Now, emergency crews, you can see in this video, were on scene and bus passengers to the terminals. Overnight, Denver 7, we were able to speak with a passenger that was on that plane who described what she experienced just moments after hearing a loud bang.
Couldn't have been more than a minute. It seemed like we were just, getting to that speed where you start to feel almost weightless, and then at that point the nose comes up. We're getting up to speed, and then boom, literally. The pilot had to get under control. It started skidding and bumping, and it just seemed like for a second it was a little bit out of control before it came to a complete stop.
And the National Transportation Safety Board, they have been notified and also are investigating what happened. I just want to reiterate, Veronica, what you mentioned, that 12 people, this is coming from the Denver International Airport, 12 people reported minor injuries, and 5 of those were transported to local hospitals. Again, this all happened on runway 17L. Airport officials saying that runway where this all happened will remain closed until this investigation is finished. And that person that we just heard from, that passenger, she sent us a text around 5:30 a.m. saying that she had just been boarded and is headed to Los Angeles. She's got back on that flight here, Veronica, but that's going to be a story that we're following, and as we get more updates from officials, we'll bring those details on air and online at Denver.
I have so many questions, and we're almost at the end of the show, but I'm going to fire them off to you. And DC, I need your commentary. Number one, what partially consumed, so you mean half his body was out and half of it was in the engine?
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about it.
Like
the jet engine at that RPM, it's like a blender. It's like throwing something in a blender until the blender gets choked out. So that's pretty much what happened, is that his body mass entered into the intake of the engine. Not to be, graphic, but blender, until the blender couldn't blend anymore. And that's when the engine failed.
Oh my. Oh, praying for that family. Number one, please, what was you doing on the runway? Why are you on the runway? Number two, Viper, give me your card. You stuff like this,
But we have people that do things and they put themselves in a situation. Maybe he was drunk, maybe he was mentally not there. What are the odds of the engine hitting him?
I will be thinking about that poor man and his family. I guess it's a man. I don't know. I wish it weren't anybody, but That's really odd that happens. That's
Yeah,
the first time I've ever
it
heard.
wasn't an airport worker. It wasn't an airport worker. And Denver, yeah, Denver is a huge airport that sits in a
Yes,
plateau.
it is.
It's about 30 miles to the east of Denver. It's a huge, I mean, like a ranch, just
Yeah.
miles and miles you see is nothing but airport and runways. So they think that he breached the perimeter, potentially suicidal.
Oh,
There is an infrared video out there of him walking, and you can see him like he timed his walk to be in the middle of the runway
oh,
about the time the plane would get there.
And this is a video of the actual connection with the engine.
oof. That's so sad.
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness, that's a mental health, y'all. Check
Yep.
on your people. People going through it, but my goodness, and
Check
I
on
hate
your folks.
anybody. Well, the bite once again. You got my blood pressure up. The lady trying to sue because she white, and the people white, and trying to say that she discrimination, racism, whatever. And then now the poor baby done walked into a plane. My goodness, what a day, what a day. But we did have a good story of somebody returning $30,000. Preezy said he would have got $23 back. Anyway, any last words for our listening audience? Thank you once again.
We appreciate everybody, tuning in and following us on all the social medias like we talked about. But remember, we still got a midterm coming up. We have the primaries coming up. So if you're not voting in the primaries, make sure you get out there and vote in the primaries. It's important. Go to bluevoterguide.org and make sure that you participate. We have the primaries in different states in different time, but the general election is in November. Vote in the primary and vote in November because they're doing all the funky things, gerrymandering, they're stopping elections in the middle of it. They're doing all those things. So you can't say your vote don't count. If it wasn't important, they wouldn't be trying to take it away. You see different places that Democrats are taking seats in red districts. Get involved. bluevoterguide.org. We cannot just stand by and stand back. We have to make sure that we get going here. All right. So all y'all, don't complain. Do something, like Joe Madison said.
Vote.
Do something.
Yes.
Bluevoterguide.org, and you see what you see on the screen. It is what it is.
I'm gonna need you to drop that over on TikTok too, so our family over there can see it. DC, any last words for you?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Justin Pearson out there in Memphis fighting a good fight. He's in our listening audience, in our range to hear this. Justin, we're proud of you for standing up for the voters in Memphis, Tennessee. And we're going to need to see more courage out of more of our leaders to face this blatant racism head on. So shout out to Justin Pierce in Memphis.
Absolutely. Thank you, DC, for co-hosting with me today. Thank you, Bipe, I think, for raising my blood pressure. But you come with the real. You don't make the news, you just report it, and it's funny. So hey, some of it's funny, some of it I'm clutching my pearls. Holly Springs, Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee. Thank you for having us. We love doing this every morning. We love coming to your speaker. We love the camaraderie of being a community, and we thank you for your time. You go out there and make today the best day, and tomorrow make it even better. We will see you tomorrow morning when we're talking about how's your mental health is real. Mental health. Check on your elderly, check on your loved ones, check your voters registration, and make sure you have a beautiful day. We'll see you in the morning.
As we wrap up today's show, we want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, tapping in, and staying connected to your community.
Remember, this platform exists to uplift Black-owned businesses, nonprofits, creatives, and community leaders who are doing the work that moves us forward.
Make sure you support today's guest. Share the show. Stay plugged into our plugs, because when we support each other, we all rise.
Until next time, keep believing, keep building, and keep shining. You've got this.
You've been listening to Our Plugs, the community connection where communities meet opportunity. We'll see you next time.